What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm here to review the Demon Slayer movie and talk about, what was good about the movie and what wasn't. I got my boy Max over here, and we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah, we're gonna be reviewing some elements of the Demon Slayer movie. Why don't you kick it off?
All right. So what I want to talk about is what everyone talks about when they think of Demon Slayer, and that's the animation. Now, the animation of the movie was really good. It was amazing. All right, it's some of the best animation I've seen. And I know some people, mainly the Attack on Titan fans, are gonna complain about the CGI, but the CGI was actually used pretty well, and it didn't really take away from the movie. And I felt like you have to use some CGI. But they used it pretty well, I feel like.
Yeah, going on the CGI element, the animation was clean throughout the entire movie. I really couldn't even pick out a single spot where the animation was at fault. The times where they use the CGI, just a fair warning, there are going to be some spoilers, is when they were, doing the train scene and how he was morphing into the train. There were some CGI elements there, but honestly, it wasn't overused to the point where, it took away from the overall, feeling of the entire movie. So I thought it was used very well. Comparing it to other movies, like, when I went to see Dragon Ball Z Broly, there were some elements of CGI that, kind of did take away from the experience just a little bit. They overused it in some scenes, but I think here it was used completely fine.
I have to agree. The animation was pretty fire. It was on point, especially during the fights. But one of the things I didn't like about the movie was, especially in the beginning half, was the pacing. The pacing was kind of slow in the beginning, and I'm not gonna lie, it was making me zone out a little bit with that whole dreaming element. I felt they had to introduce that villain, but kind of just dragged on a lot with the whole dreaming thing until it really picked up with the Rengoku fight.
You could tell that the pacing of the thing, it was meant to fill some airtime and meant to fill in some gaps. I didn't mind it as much as some other people minded it. It was slow, I have to give it that, but I don't think it was uninteresting in any way. I just think they should have made that go by a little bit faster and get more into the fights, which the fights were great in this.
All right, well, talking about fights, we did have two. We had the first one versus that dream guy. Forgot his name, don't care about his name. But that was a good fight.
Lower Moon.
Alright, the Lower Moon guy, don't care about him. It was a good fight between Inosuke, him, and Tanjiro. It was a good fight. But the Rengoku fight versus the upper three, I believe it was, that was a great fight. Okay, that was amazing. That was such a good fight. One of the best fights I've seen in a while in anime.
The fight, what made it good was the combination of obviously the animation and just everything that built up to it. We had the fight with the Lower Moon where Tanjiro and Inosuke, they won, and then this guy appears out of nowhere and he just comes in, and then Rengoku's like, I'll be your challenger, and they both stare at each other, and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, you're getting these vibes oh, this guy seems crazy, why would they introduce this fight? It's 20 minutes till the movie's over, a couple hour movie, what's about to happen? And what happened was we got an epic fight and an unfortunate conclusion.
Yeah, I already said at the beginning of the video, this is spoilers, so don't come in here crying if you watch the whole thing and you get spoiled. Rengoku dies, okay? He dies fighting the upper demon, and I know people can disagree with me. I felt like this was entirely Tanjiro's and Inosuke's fault, man. They watched the man just die and did nothing. I was like, what are you guys doing? Just go up there and slice his head. He's holding him off. What are you guys doing?
I will play devil's advocate here and say it wasn't entirely their fault because, one, they knew, and I think Rengoku had the kind of vibe about him saying, hey, you're just going to get in the way. I don't want to worry about you guys. But I will agree, when Rengoku got punctured through the abdomen, I think Inosuke should have, grown a pair and, went to his aid. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. Rengoku went out in a badass way. He saved everybody on the train. Nobody died except him in this movie, and I think that was an admirable thing of him to do.
Like the anime series, the movie did a good job at silencing Nezuko. I felt like they should have They should have done a better job with her. We got free Nezuko. That's all I gotta say. Just free her, man. For every this video gets, it'll bring Nezuko one step closer to being free. #free Nezuko. So with all that being said, this pretty quick, movie review. Just wanted to get straight to the point, like my last video, the anime comparison. I didn't want to beat around the bush. Just get right into it. So Max, what is your rating on this movie out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5, and the only reason that it's not a 10 was some of the elements we touched on. Obviously, the pacing and some of the elements of Nezuko weren't up to par. So a 9.5, I think, is a great rating.
I concur, brother. A 9.5 is a pretty good rating out of 10. So that's gonna do it with our movie review. Don't expect me to upload every week like my banner says. I'm lazy. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.